welcome to another episode of Meet the Expert on the Block. And I'm really sorry about that glitch in the beginning. Something got in my way. When things get in my way, it's like, oh no. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining me on another episode of Meet the Expert on the Block. The reason I do these shows is because we have so many businesses out there that we need to support. New businesses that have been around for a while. And I just really think it's cool to get the owners of their business out here talking about themselves, getting to know them as people, and just all around getting to know a little bit about them and their business. So that's the reason why I do it. But most of all, I want interaction. And if people like what they see and what they hear, be sure to show us a little love. Give us some hearts, give us some thumbs up. If you like what you see and you want to listen to more or see what other businesses I bring on, follow the Dawn Block Realtor, or you can see me. So we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. So I'm trying to get the word out for these businesses because we need to support them. So I have my special guest, Deanna Origer, and she's with Diamond Shine Detailing. It's a business in Schaumburg. Thank you, Deanna, for being on my show. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you, Dawn. I'm really excited that I can do this, and I just really appreciate it for you having me on here.
Well, I'm excited that you decided to say yes and you're here. Yeah. So thank you. Mm-hmm. Would you be so kind as to let everybody know where you're located? Give us your contact information so that people can get a hold of you if they'd love to use your services.
Yeah, I'm right out of Schaumburg. I'm actually doing it at DJ's Auto Service. And my website is diamondshinedetailil.com. You can reach me on my phone at 224-456-7196. And then my email is deanna@diamondshinedetailil.com.
Well, thank you so much for giving us the contact information. And again, if anybody needs to get their car detailed, give Deanna a call. So let's see. We got to see who's on today. Let's see. We've got, like I said, I love my interaction. So let's see who we've got here. So, Sid. My number one guy, Sid, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Meet the Expert on the Block. We also, as I said, good evening. Good evening to you too. Yes. I have Chris Block says, hi, everyone. Thanks, Chris, for joining us on this episode. That's my husband, by the way.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's awesome.
And then Sid says, good to see you both. And it's always wonderful to see you, Sid. So thanks for joining. And my mom, Janet Zajac, I see you. I see you too, Mom.
I love that. That's so cute.
So thanks, everybody, for joining us on this episode. And what I would like to do is I'd like to change my banners because right now we're here and we are Meet the Expert on the Block and we are supporting our local businesses. And I'd like to start out by asking Deanna, what were you doing before you decided to start your own business? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so in 2022, I graduated from University of Dubuque in Iowa. I majored in business, and then I have an HR minor. And so right out of college, I was looking for jobs. I got a cold calling job right out of college, and it's horrible. Not a fan of that. So after a few months of doing that, I was a project manager at a company. And while doing that, throughout last summer, I started detailing to make some extra money. And then a few months later, last October, that project manager job didn't really work out. So then that was like my time to go full in on detailing. And that's kind of how I started that.
Oh, wow. So what made you obviously now from what I understand, how is it working with your dad in the same spot? Has it been it's probably been pretty nice. It probably has his good days and his bad days, but for the most part, it's got to be pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Me and my dad are super close. So being able to actually see him every day and being like that's my workplace. Like that's awesome. Yeah, it gets a little tight when he's busy because like I have stuff back there, but no, it's awesome. I wouldn't want it any other way. So
It's great. Well, you're with a business that's been around forever, so I'm sure that's definitely you're the perk because everybody can go to you to get their car detailed. So that's
exactly.
awesome. So let's talk about your services. So what type of services do you provide your clients?
Yeah, so I have an interior package, exterior, and then full service, which is both of them. I do have just a basic hand car wash, which also includes like an interior vacuum, a dash wipe, tire shine, and then just the complete exterior car wash.
Okay.
And then I also refinish headlights as like a little extra.
Oh, okay. And we're going to see in a little bit, we're going to kind of bring up each one and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth in that. So we'll definitely be looking at that. So what are your hours of service? What, tell us a little bit about what hours you work.
Yeah, so on my website it does say 8 to 6, but it's by appointment only. And me being just so new, I'm very flexible with that. So like if someone needs a detail and they need to drop their car off at 7 a.m., like I have no problem coming to the shop at 7 a.m. Or if they need it later at night, like and they need to leave it overnight and pick it up in the morning, like I have no problem coming in late to do it. So it's nice just because I have so much time right now just to be able to do details. So I don't care what time it is really.
So it sounds like you're pretty flexible right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. That's got to be a definite help to a lot of your clients knowing that you're available when they're available. So what do clients when they get their, let's say they get their car detailed by you, how many hours? I mean, when we're talking about time frame, what is maybe give us some examples of what the time frame is for different types of packages that you have that people can expect that they might have to wait for their car.
Yeah, so interior, I would say it's around 2.5 hours. Same thing with exterior, but full service, it could be in between 3 to 4 hours. So it kind of, that one's a longer one. And that's where customers, I think that's when they'll actually leave and then come back instead of just stay at the shop for that.
So you were saying, because you're saying if it's a longer period of time, they'll probably have somebody either pick them up or you said something the last time you were talking about it, you said they could come and get an Uber or something that take them away. So what if it's just a couple of hours? What do you provide? Is it possible for people to just, what would they do that? Tell us what they do.
Yeah, so we there's a lunchroom or there's the waiting room, but a lot of the people will sit in the lunchroom so they can still get work done for that 2.5 hours. So yeah.
So they don't have to leave. They can kind of sit around and wait. Awesome. So I know that we did put together a slideshow. So I'm gonna bring it up. And what I would like you to do, Deanna, is it always helps if you're on the first slide. So let me get over to that. So this is you. This is Diamond Shine Detailing. And Deanna, what you're gonna do is you're gonna talk to us about each situation here. So what do we have in this slide right here?
So this is picture of refinishing headlights that I did. This picture is kind of hard to tell, but in the first picture, that's like the so like you got to tape off every edge so the buffer doesn't hit the paint. And then you're using like a sandpaper to really get down in the dirt and the grime that's on there. And then afterwards you use a rubbing compound with the buffer, which it'll make it look a lot more cloudy, but then that's what's cleaning it. So then afterwards is when you use the machine polish and it gives it that shiny look, which you can kind of tell in the right photo a little bit better.
Yeah, it does. So I was going to ask you, so the purpose of doing this is for what? Can you, for getting it buffed out? I mean, that's not on the inside of the light. Is that on the inside or outside of the light?
Yeah, it's in the outside. And because if you try to clean the inside, you have to take out the whole headlight. It's a lot of work, but it's good to get your headlights refinished because it costs a lot to just get new headlights. So if you can maintain it and because you can refinish a headlight and it'll be good for a year or two again. So
Okay.
um
So
yeah,
it's all about maintaining.
yeah.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. So let's go. We'll go to the next picture or the next frame. Oh, here we go.
No. This one I kind of wanted just to add. It's another refinishing headlight one, but I felt like you could see the difference in this one a little bit better.
Oh,
So
you can definitely see it. The one all the way on the right.
yeah, so all the way on the right, that's when it's completed, and then all the way to the left is when I first started. You can kind of see how it's cloudy, and then the shininess
Oh,
on the one
definitely.
right picture. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. So let's see what the next we're going to be talking about here. So we've got some. Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
there we go. My little tapper thing got stuck here on my computer. But so here we have some before pictures, and what are we looking at right now?
Yeah, so this is an interior I did, and it was one of the messier ones I did, so I kind of wanted to show this one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was like baby puke on the floor, like just a bunch of stuff in there. But and then if you go to the after,
Oh, there we go. Let's go to the after here.
yeah.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, what I did was I have like an air compressor that can blow out a bunch of like the crumbs, the little like dust particles. And then, so yeah, removal of all dust, dirt, and debris. And then it's a complete interior vacuum. And then you clean, condition, and dress like the cup holders, the vinyl, the door jambs, the panels. And then shampoo and stain removal. And then the floor mats and weather mats are also cleaned and conditioned as well. So that's what I did for this interior.
So so for let's say let's look at this job. How long did it take you to do this job?
This one took me like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it was a pretty bad one. You got puke in the car, for God's sake.
They had 2 kids, so you can only imagine.
Could you imagine what it would be with 4 kids? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But it looks awesome. I mean, it really does. The before and the afters are great. So what solutions, do you use different chemicals? What kind of chemicals do you use, like when you're cleaning off a dashboard or some of like the seats in the dashboard? Do you have certain cleaners that you use?
Yeah. So first it's like use an interior detail, which is like a deep cleaning solution that you do kind of just throughout the whole car just to get it really clean. And then for let's say you have leather seats, there's a leather conditioner and protector that you spray on the seats. You rub them clean, and that will help it from fading, cracking. So just kind of protects it. And then same thing with the vinyl, like the vinyl on the dash or the doors, like it protects it from UV rays. Also, some dashes will get those like lines and cracks in there. So it helps prevent it from doing that as soon as it would without.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, I was going to say, you should see my car. I've had my car forever, and I'm like, it needs something. So I might be giving you that phone call saying, help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what we have here. I have, we've got Greg Young. He says, oh gosh, my car needs it so bad. See, look I said the same thing. He just got on it. He's like, we're getting into people's heads right now.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
People are like, oh my God, now that Deanna's on, I really got to get my car clean.
Yeah.
So Greg, thanks for joining us. Thank you. So let's take a look at, we've got a before picture of an exterior. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with this exterior?
Yeah. So this one, it's kind of hard to tell in these pictures, but there was scuff marks all throughout the car, and they weren't like really engraved in the paint. So they were stuff that I could actually get out, but I kind of wanted to show just like the kind of scuffs that were there. And then if you go to the after,
let's get to the, you can definitely tell there's a difference. I could tell when I switched from one to the other. The one really, it had like a faded kind of look. If you look at the shine, the light reflecting, you can definitely. So when you're doing something like this, what exactly, can you tell us the process of really trying to buff out some scratches? So it's possible if you get your car scratched, you can get it out of your car. I mean, remove.
Yeah, just if it's not deep in the paint, then yes. But so basically, the process is like complete like power wash, getting the car super clean, the foam cannon bath, which is just like soaping the car, letting it fall off, and then doing the washing after.
Mhm.
And then when the car's like completely clean is when you can actually buff and polish and then do the wax. So the buffing, you use a rubbing compound and you just completely buff out the whole car. And then after that is when you would do the polish, which gives it that shiny look to it. And
Right.
then say if the polisher or the buffer didn't get all the little scrapes out, I have this other rubbing compound that really gets deep in those scuffs and gets them right out. And then after that, you finish it with the ceramic wax, which is creates a protective layering over the car, just to help it from the UV rays of the sun, contaminants, and just slowers rust from happening. So yeah, it just protects the car.
So how long should you, so obviously getting your car clean is very important, but how long would this protective layer last on a clean car?
It would last 6 months. So getting it done like 2 times a year would be great maintenance for the car, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's a 6 month protective layering.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew there was a time limit, but I mean, it's good to know. I mean, so for like good maintenance, you should actually go, and you're probably coordinating like springtime would be a good one right after the winter months.
Right. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So does the salt have a wearing factor on the car?
Yeah. Salt can, if there's like a bunch, like if salt stays on the car, like it could cause it eventually over time, it will cause it to rust faster or just, yeah.
Okay. And then so you do one right in the springtime. So when would you say that you would do your second cleaning? Because you said 2 times.
Spring, or I mean, you could even do it right before. I mean, I guess it would really just depend on when.
Like in the fall, maybe
Like
before the
fall,
winter
right
or something
before
like
winter.
that.
Yeah.
You get some nice days in the fall time. So
Yeah, because then you can get that ceramic wax on before the winter that'll protect it throughout the winter.
right. Oh, good point. Good point. So when we do, and I think I think that's all of our slides. So I'm going to pop us back up here. So when we do, when I put out a post on my Meet the Expert on the Blocks, generally what I would do is I always say, I got to have a takeaway. When I talk to my guests, there is a takeaway. And our takeaway on this was, how many times, or no, it was explain why you should get your car detailed. So I'm gonna hand this over to you. Why do we need to get our car detailed?
So I would say first of all, like just to like the longevity of it. Like it's not just a quick wash. Like you're deep cleaning it, and then you're also putting protective layers over it just to help with the longevity of the car. But also I like saying like a work setting, like you have to drive a client somewhere and your car is super messy. Like I feel like it could be like a representation of you in a way. Or say someone gets in the car and it's super clean. They're like, oh, like this is a nice car. Like, so I feel like it just, could, yeah, just be some sort of representation of you. Or also I know like when my car's dirty, I get like worked up. I'm like, I need to clean my car. Like I can't, like it just gives me anxiety for some reason. So it's like just being in a clean space, like, and just taking care of it. Like I've always been like that.
I think it does something to your mood too.
Yeah.
Once you're like, it's kind of like, I always look at it as like when your bedroom, your mom tells you to clean your bedroom,
Right.
after you're like, oh God, I got to do this. I got to do this. But once you really sit down and you do it, it's really, I mean, you're like, you feel like you've done so much. It's like, well, you're a different person. And I think it's probably the same way with your car. Once you get a clean car, it's like your spirit's picked up. It does so much for your mood,
Definitely, for sure.
So I want to see. Let's see if there's any. I don't think there's any questions. Oh wait, Here we go. Wait, I do have a question. It didn't pop up as new. I'm having like little connection difficulty things here, but Chris Black does have a question. Does the trunk get cleaned too? Oh, good point. That is a good question.
Yes.
So how would you answer that?
Yes, it gets cleaned.
So, and what do you do? I mean, I know that sometimes people have a lot of stuff in their trunk. My question is this too: when you bring the car to you, do you, like, if somebody has a lot of stuff, do you ask them, make sure that any prepping things that they have to do before they bring the car to you?
Yeah, a lot of the time they'll either say like, hey, I put everything in a box in the trunk, so it's already together, or they'll just say, yeah, if you don't mind, like if you could just put everything in a box and then just leave it in the trunk. But if someone doesn't, it's I'll go through, like, put everything in a box myself, and then just when I'm done with the trunk, I'll put the box of everything that was in the car in the back.
Yeah. Okay. So it's something that would be nice for them to do, but if they don't do, you got it covered.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and thanks, Chris, for the question, because you know what, we talked about everything else, but we didn't talk about the trunk. So
yeah, we didn't.
Oh no, so it's good that we were able to touch on that.
Yeah.
So I guess that is the only question that we do have. So I just want to turn around and thank you for coming on my podcast, Meet the Expert on the Block. The information that you provided us was a great help. I think if anybody needs to get their car detailed, they should be giving you a call. Hopefully your phone will start ringing once we get off the podcast.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed having you on our show. I want to thank also everybody who has joined us, who jumped in and kind of gave their 2 cents and said hello. I totally love the interaction, and thank you very much for joining us. So again, if you could, Deanna, one more time, and I know we have it running on the bottom, but for people who might have jumped on, like Greg, he jumped on, can you give us your contact information once more so people can have it?
Yeah, so my email is deanna@diamondshinedetailil.com. My website is diamondshinedetailil.com. And then my phone number is 224-456-7196.
So be sure, if you're thinking about or wanting more information on detailing your car, and you just need, or you want more, you want to schedule a time, give Deanna a call. She's a local business in the Schaumburg area, and supporting our local business is what this is all about. So I want to, again, thank you to everybody that's joining us. But I just wanted to let everybody know that there'll be other episodes coming on. And if you like what you hear, be sure to follow me, and you'll be notified of any other new shows that are coming up. So I guess this is the point where we're going to say goodbye, and thank you everybody for joining us. And Deanna, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I really do appreciate you being here and giving us all this wonderful information about your business.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me on here. This was a great, experience, opportunity. So, and I appreciate everyone watching as well.
All right. So until next time, I guess we're going to say goodbye. Everybody have a great weekend. And to all of those fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Oh, wait a second. Wait, before we got one more. He jumped in at the last minute.
Nice. Brandon.
Yes. So hi, Brandon. Thank you for just jumping in. I'm glad you were able to be here. And with that, we are going to end this show. Everybody make it a great weekend and have a happy Father's Day. Bye-bye.
Bye.